Oh boy, so many events and so many different ways to get gold heads today. I hope you guys are ready for it. Best day to play some Rise of Kingdoms. Let's go through all the events and see how should we plan our day or our weekend. So first up, we got Race Against Time. You can win 20 gold heads. Now, even if you don't come first, as long as you're within top 10, you get the chance to get some gold heads. Now, how do you play that event? Well, the best way to play that event is you play with some friends. So you take 5 cav marches, your friend, maybe one or two, takes 5 more cav marches, and you go to an area in the map where there are no other cities and lots of barbarians, preferably close to a mountain or a river or a corner. And that way, you can get a lot of barbarian kills at the same time. You can try to time it with one of the alliance skills as well, unbridled progress. So when you have that on, you get march speed. Now, some people prefer to use the justice. Now, if you're playing alone, use the justice. If you're playing in a group, don't worry about the justice, because you don't want to hit the barbarians before your friends does. You want to do it together so that all of you can place high in the ranking. Now, what's the next thing we have? We have trick or treat. What is trick or treat? Let's have a look. Okay, so this is the 5-day event where you can get these Halloween candies. So the main thing you're looking for is the Halloween candies. And why do you need that? You need that for the Halloween bash. Now, what happens in the bash? Is that the bash? Yeah, that's the bash. So you can decorate your pumpkin with the candy wrappers, and as you decorate them, you level up. Now you can go up to level 25. Yep. So when you get to level 25, you get all these rewards. Now, whether you're a spender, whether you're free to play, doesn't make a difference. You should always unlock the second tier with the 7k gems. Now, when you unlock that, you're not actually spending the 7k gems. Why am I saying you're not spending it? Because even if you spend it, by the time you hit level 25, you do get the 7k gems back through all the gem tokens. And on top of that, in total, you should get 35 gold heads. That's the best value for gold heads. When I say value, what do I mean by the cost? So the gems wasn't the cost. So what is the cost? The cost is you spending a little more time in the game, because every day you have to do a lot of barbarians to get the candy wrappers. Now, I clicked on something that I probably shouldn't have. So if you go there, it says you that defeating barbarians actually gives you the candy wrappers. Now, you need to defeat barbarians throughout the 5 days. You can pick 1 or 2 days where you do more, but it's better to spread it out a little bit because the drop rate varies day to day. Previously, I have noticed that if you do a lot more on a single day, then the drop rate goes down quite a bit. City collection is very simple. City collection means you just going in and doing that, and that should give you some candy wrappers. See how we got some candy wrappers? Now, I normally try to do it every half an hour or so. I think someone mentioned that you can do it every 20 minutes, and that's how you get the best value. And the last one was collecting resources. So if you're an average player with an average amount of time in your hand, then you should just collect normally. I mean, gather normally the higher level nodes that you have around your city. But then if you want to really put an effort, you can go to zone 1, and then you can collect from lower level tiles. When you're collecting from lower level tiles, then the time versus the number of wrappers that you get apparently increases a little bit, so you can go for a lower level. But I don't have that much time, so I'm just probably gonna do the things around me. Now, the other cost associated with doing this event is your AP. Now, a lot of people try to save their AP for KVK. In KVK, you do get really good value because KVK Barbarians gives you material and so on. And for Crystal Tech, you get some crystal out of that as well. But then I would still say this is worthwhile spending your AP on to get to level 25 because you get 35 gold heads. In a KVK, getting 35 gold heads isn't that easy. I care about gold heads more. Now, for myself, I'm probably going to unlock the last tier as well, which is $14 Aussie, which means probably $10 US. Now, if you do that, then you get quite a few wrappers and candy wrappers, I mean, and you get some speed ups and some other resources as well. So overall, definitely worth it. Now, what else have you got? So from there you get the city skin. So by default you get the city skin anyway, so you don't need to really talk about it. This is not the best city skin, but then if you're in early game, you know, you can kind of get it. We got Olympia again. So last time we didn't play Olympia that much. We were a bit busy last weekend, so we're gonna have a better go at Olympia this week. You got Mightiest Governor going on as well. I don't have a placement here, but M does. So we'll see where M ends up in the end. Now, speaking of M, she's at school at the moment, and I don't have access to her for the whole day. That's why I thought I kind of do the video by myself. Sorry if it's a bit dry, because I feel kind of shy without having M around me as well. Now, moving on to the part with the spender. So what have we got going on? So we got a new bundle. That's nice. So this is where if you don't want to spend your AP and you don't have the time, you can spend a little money and then you can get the candy wrappers, and along with it you get some avatar frames and other. Oh, that looks really cool. So I may buy one or two of these bundles and see how it kind of goes. Now, value wise, this is slightly better than the other bundles that you have. It's always the same case. So all the other default bundles that you have, you get a little bit better value with the holiday ones. Now, I may not have bought it, but the main reason why I'm actually going to buy it is because we got recharge rewards at the same time as well. So what is recharge rewards? So every day you have to buy a little bit or spend a little money, and that way you get daily chests, and then you get 10 gold heads from the second day, you get 10 from the fourth, and you get 10 from the fifth. So over 5 days on each day, if you buy something in game which gives you 2500 gems per day, that way you end up getting another 30 heads. So you get 30 gold heads from here, you get 35 gold heads from the pumpkin event, so that's 65. And if you do well in the race against time event, then you can stand to gain close to 85 gold heads. If you get first place you get 85, but somewhere around 80-85 gold heads if you do all the events right. Now over a 5-day period, 85 gold heads, that's extremely nice. So we are definitely going to put the effort to get that done. Now when it comes to recharge reward, what I am going to spend on is actually going to be the special bundle over a couple days. So not going to spend a lot on day one because you have to split your spending over 5 days. That way you get all the bundles from all the chests from recharge reward. So that's what I'm going to do. In terms of buying, as I mentioned, I'll spread it out. Now I'll have a look at what I have here going on under daily supply. So I have 41 days left. Now in the next 41 days, I'm probably not going to have another recharge event. I think it comes every 3 months or something, or could be a little less nowadays, but either way I'll probably renew them a little bit, which will give me a bit more towards the 2.5k that I need to get daily. And then when I'm done with that, or along with that, I may buy some of the daily chests where you have the chance of getting some commander heads. In my case, I'm probably going to work on Mulan because I probably have all the other commanders maxed. Now, In M's case, which is more very low spender, I can't really say that she's free to play because this whole conversation doesn't really apply to free to play when I'm talking about buying. In her case, she's very low spender. So the only time when I spend on her account is when there's the recharge reward going on. So in her case, I'll probably do the same thing. I'll do the first two bundles over 2 days for her hair, and I'll complement that with some of her 30-day gem supply. She doesn't do the material. I'll use the 30-day gem supply, and I may get some daily chests just to make up the 2.5k that we need. Now in her case, I will probably focus on Alex because her Alex isn't maxed. I will not focus on her Saladin because it's 5551 already and she doesn't need any more than that. Now rest of the commanders you should really get from gold chest. You shouldn't really worry about getting them from the daily supply unless you're spending a lot in the game. Now let's have a look at the events again. Did I miss something? So trick or treat, you don't put a focus, you do it over the 5 days naturally. When I say do it, don't even come and check here. Just claim whatever is available to you. You should not have to put any extra focus. It just naturally happens. And even if you don't get to the end, it doesn't matter because you're talking about epic gold epic, not epic gold heads. You're talking about purple gold heads here. I can't avoid the word gold, can I? You're talking about epic commander sculptures. So the purple ones, that doesn't mean much unless you're in very early game. And then we talked about race against time. We talked about pumpkin, how do you get the candy wrappers, and where you donate them. Now, what I normally try to do is when I have quite a few, then I donate. So rather than doing this, I would probably just hold it down. Not when I have 12. I probably should have done it when I have more. And that way, I feel like you get a chance to crit a little bit more. Is there anything else to talk about? Not much for today. So when I have access to M again later on, we may do another video. But for now, that's it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.